So, the Super Mario Galaxy movie. Next to Michael, this was probably my most anticipated film of 2026. But first, I might as well give a brief summary of what I thought about the previous Mario movie. If you don't recall, I reviewed this film the day it released with my friend Mudlink, and to be honest, I really enjoyed this film. Like, sure, it's far from the best animated film I've ever seen, but as a Mario movie, I found the story to be structured very well. The characters, especially the acting, is really well done in this film, especially Charlie Day as Luigi and Jack Black as Bowser. The animation and the world building is absolutely gorgeous, and the spirit and the pace of the Mario franchise is really well executed in this film. It has its flaws, sure, but it's a really well made film at the end of the day, and considering this was handled by Illumination, is really impressive, easily making it their best film period. And when Nintendo and Illumination announced they were making a sequel, I was super hyped to see what else they have to offer in this upcoming Mario movie. Which leads us to this film. However, since this is a Mario Galaxy movie, I might as well express my thoughts on the game it's based on. Super Mario Galaxy is easily my favorite Mario game and one of my favorite video games of all time. It has an amazing sense of atmosphere and some fun gameplay add to it, along with an awesome soundtrack. But what makes this game a masterpiece is its emotional depth to it, and that's especially with its new character Rosalina, who is easily my favorite female Mario character of all time. I truly adore this game, and while I love a lot of the Mario games, this is easily my favorite of the bunch. And you guys may be wondering what my thoughts are on Super Mario Galaxy 2. And honestly, it's been a while, and I actually do need to replay the game since I did download it on my Nintendo Switch. Not the first Mario Galaxy game, since I do own the 3D All-Stars version of it. So with that being said, the film has finally arrived for us Mario fans, and after 3 years, was the wait worth it?
No.
So, if you guys don't recall, 4 years ago, I said I wanted to stop doing negative reviews on this channel. I wanted to be seen as someone that appreciates movies and other types of media. And I don't want people to think I like ranting on movies, because in reality, I don't. I want to be shown as someone that loves movies and the film industry. However, this is going to be an exception. And while it's not flat out terrible, it's pretty bad. Strap yourselves, because a video like this is going to be really rare on my channel nowadays. And if you like this film, good on you, I appreciate your opinion. This is just how I feel at the end of the day. So, with that being said, not only are you guys going to get a review of the Super Mario Galaxy movie, but you guys are finally going to get a negative review. Something I haven't done in a pretty long time, honestly. So, that's enough stalling. Let's start the review. So when it comes to this film story, I can tell you right now that it's an absolute mess. So basically, Rosalina gets captured by Bowser Jr. Yes, Rosalina out of all princesses. On top of reuniting with his father, who's still captured by Mario and Luigi since the previous film. After one of the Lunas crash lands in the Mushroom Kingdom, he warns Peach that Rosalina's been captured. So Peach and Toad decide to go rescue Rosalina from Bowser Jr., while Mario and Luigi take charge of the Mushroom Kingdom during her absence. That is until Bowser Jr. finds them and destroys the castle. So Mario and Luigi, along with a dinosaur named Yoshi, decides to go journey out and find Peach. And honestly, my biggest issue with the story is that it's all over the place. It has all these different type of plots, but doesn't know which one should be the main focus, and doesn't add anything unique to it. And I know Mario doesn't have the most original stories out there, but this is a different type of low over here. A good example of this is that there's one scene where Mario and Luigi get turned to babies, and Yoshi and Toad have to keep an eye on them while turning them back into normal. It adds nothing to the plot, and it's just there to either tell Yoshi's Island reference, or just to tell lowbrow baby jokes, which are fucking annoying, honestly. But that's nothing how the characters are represented in this film. And let's start with the biggest downgrade, Bowser. Oh my god, what the fuck did they do with Bowser in this film? So one of the plots is that Bowser tries to form a friendship with Mario and Luigi, and even sacrifices himself at one point so they could get to the Gateway Galaxy. But after when he reunites with his son, Junior inspires him to be a villain again, and he just does, throwing his arc completely out the window. I don't mind a redemption arc for Bowser, but you gotta pick one and stick with it. They also try to build this relationship with Bowser and his son, where Bowser feels bad for being a deadbeat father to Junior, which is really weird since Junior seems to be thrilled once he reunites with his father. Plus, there's also this flashback where Bowser puts on a puppet show for Junior, which reminds me of those old plush videos I used to encounter as a kid. Maybe if we went deeper into this relationship, I would care. But considering how Bowser's story arc in this film is a mess, it's nothing but exposition. Wow, what a great way to ruin Bowser's character like this. And speaking of unfleshed plot points, there's also this side plot where Mario has romantic feelings for Peach, and wants to confess his love to her. The only reason why they add this is to give Mario some sort of arc in the film, but contributes nothing to the plot, and ends up being absolutely pointless. But the worst thing, and the stupidest decision they ever did in this film, is what they did to Rosalina. So, what's the problem with Rosalina in this film? It's quite simple. She's absolutely pointless. She barely has any screen time in this film. She only appears in the beginning, has a few scenes there and there, and shows up at the end in the climax. And her only purpose in this film is to be a plot device so the characters can rescue her. And I know Luigi got kidnapped in the first film, but at least they fleshed out Luigi as a character before that happened. The film barely even had time to do that with Rosalina. And the idea that she's a character they have to go rescue is completely ridiculous. You know, the most powerful character in the Mario universe is captured in this film. But just when you think it can't get more stupider, we get to Rosalina's backstory in this film. Not only is it told different how it was in the game, but instead, Peach and Rosalina are actually sisters, and they end up getting separated from each other, which leads Peach into the Mushroom Kingdom. Do I need to say anything? If this is their way of giving Peach death, then they failed miserably at this. It's not even fleshed out well enough to even make me give a shit. And what's sad about this is that Rosalina's original backstory is what makes her character for me. Not only did it give Rosalina's character a purpose, but it made her unique out of any other Mario character. And the way she's just handled in this film is actually an insult to her original character. I'm really hoping I'm not missing anything from this film.
What about Star Fox?
That's right, Fox McCloud is in this film. And I have mixed thoughts about his inclusion. On one hand, he's portrayed really well in this film, and Gwen Powell does an amazing job as him. But on the other hand, as awesome as it is to see him there, he doesn't contribute much to the film, and the only reason why I find he's there is just for fan service most of the time. And this is coming from someone that really loves Star Fox, well, mostly Star Fox 64. Though there is a 2D animated segment in that film, and I do fucking love it, especially when Fox shits on Slippy, since he is my least favorite Star Fox character. Though I wish Samus would have made an appearance in this film, but oh well. When it comes to the other references of Mario and Nintendo in this, I'll admit some are pretty cool, but then there are some that are just jarring. And yes, I know the first Super Mario Bros. We had a lot of Nintendo references and Mario references as well, but at least those could be considered Easter eggs, and they weren't in your face about it. But this film is jam-packed with a lot of old-school Mario and Nintendo references. We got Ward, we got Pikmin, we got Burrow, we got the residents from Mario Sunshine, we got a bunch of old-school and modern Mario enemies, and I kid you not, we got Rob the fucking Robot, who is the only non-Mario character I could understand being an actual character in this film, since he did appear in Mario Kart DS. But even for that, the only thing he contributes to this film is just to tell this long, unfunny running gag, which they repeat twice by the way, which is just similar to the sloth joke from Zootopia, which is way more funnier than this. Seriously, this film is more focused on fan service than actual storytelling. Okay, so after all my time bitching about this film, is there any positives I could give it? Actually, yes. Like last time, the animation is gorgeous, and the world building is really well done in this film, giving a colorful and unique style to it. The soundtrack is really well done in this film, and I do appreciate how they toned down the licensed songs in this film, actually, even referencing themes from Galaxy. On another note, the voice acting is really well done in this film, especially from the new cast. The two actors that managed to surprise me are Benny Safdie as Bowser Jr. and Donald Glover as Yoshi. While I do wish they got a real kid to voice Bowser Jr., Benny Safdie actually doesn't do that bad of a job, even sounding like a young Jack Black at some points. Even Donald Glover does a great job portraying Yoshi in this film. Speaking of which, I like the relationship that Yoshi has with Mario and Luigi in this film. I find it very cute and wholesome, and it honestly leads to a nice dynamic between them. But at the end of the day, this doesn't feel like a Galaxy movie. This just feels like a sequel to the Mario Bros. Movies with elements of Galaxy in it. The story is a mess, they butchered down the characters really badly in this film, and the new elements they do have to offer are handled really poorly. And as someone that's a huge Mario fan and a fan of the first film, this just let me down in all the wrong ways. And it's quite sad, honestly. Films like the Lego Movie and the Spider-Verse films may have references, but they also tell complex stories and give us a lot of moments we can relate to. The same can be said of the Sonic trilogy. While there are references at times, it focuses on telling an engaging story with characters we can all relate to. And this even applies to the first Mario Bros. Movie. So there's no excuse. While it's not Illumination's worst film, hell, it's even better than the original Mario Bros. Movie, I still think it's pretty bad and easily an embarrassment to the Mario franchise. And honestly, if Nintendo still wants to keep making movies, they should focus on a different franchise that isn't Mario. Something like an animated Zelda movie, because honestly, I would love to see an animated film of The Legend of Zelda. It would be outstanding.
I'd say there's potential.